my son until he's 18. There's no limit on making a claim on my son, but for me, often these things are time limited. You know, you have to sue the company within a year, or you have to make the claim within a year or within 3 years. If you don't do it soon, it gets brushed under the rug because too much time has lapsed. And I really have to
That's
remember
why
that. That's really important to remember.
also you need to remember, if you will don't do anything, your all pain will go nowhere. Everything what you've been through, it will not get you nowhere.
Yeah. And also, like, one
It
thing
will
I
be
can say for sure is that when we were sending those emails in April, March, February, like, I would honestly say that my emotional well-being really improved. Like, every single night after I'd sent those emails and was fighting for my son, was fighting for justice for my family, I
exactly.
felt much better. I felt like myself again. When I'm not fighting, I don't feel like myself. I feel completely lost and completely.
Because you don't do anything now. That's why, Lydia.
Yeah, I know.
This is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fight for him. And then your mental health will approve because you will know you're doing everything.
It will. It really will.
Yeah.
Yeah. It will definitely improve.
100%, Lydia.
Yeah.
And I know when you will book the appointment with him, also it will make you to feel better.
Yeah.
Because deep in your side, you will know you're doing right thing.
Yeah.
And even if your mom say things like, you abandoned him for 7 months and now you want to have contact, she's manipulating you to stop you.
Yeah.
Because they don't want everything come out.
Yeah.
That's why. But you're supposed to not care about this. You're supposed to care about your life, your health, and your son.
Yeah.
And what happened to you. This
Yeah.
is not your imagination.
Mm.
This is what actually happened.
Yeah.
And you should not let people manipulate you to be a victim. Or even not victim, just perpetrator.
Mm.
Because they frame you that you are the perpetrator.
Yeah, I know.
They didn't have any evidence then, so they're trying to get them now.
Yeah.
To cover themselves.
Yeah. And eventually, although you say, and you're right in saying that there's no use in asking why I was framed, there's no use in asking why this ever happened to me. But there is a reason. There definitely is a reason. And eventually, it will probably be in 10 years, but eventually, every single reason will be exposed. But that won't happen until I fight for my son first, and I
Yes.
really fight and win this case, and then I will have that reason. And when I have the reason, I will be able to move forward with my life, even if the reason is just it was senseless. It was literally just someone committing a random attack on you. At least that's still a reason. But at the moment, I don't know if it was senseless or whether it was a false allegation or whether it was personal vindication from somebody who genuinely wanted to destroy my life for a reason. Maybe it was discrimination. You know, maybe it was terrorism. Maybe it was misogyny, or maybe it was like even an ex-boyfriend I'd broken his heart. You know, I'd broken his heart and he didn't like that I was having a baby and moving forward with my life and leaving him behind. You know, I don't know, but there will be a reason for why any of this
Yeah,
ever
but
happened.
you will not find out until you will not fight for your child. And
I
at
know.
this moment, this is no matter. Because the most important is to fight back.
Yeah.
The most important is to have contact with your son.
Yeah, I know.
Not looking for reason why they did. Doesn't matter why they did. The damage been done.
Mm. But also, I'm just thinking, like, for you, you've been through these family court proceedings for 6 years. if we take
7,
both of us as fully grown mothers and women out of the
7,
scenario, if we just think about our children, for you,
7 years.
the case, let's say you wanted to open a case on behalf of your daughter for what she went through during those 6 years. Imagine that. I mean, that would be a different perspective, but your daughter has gone through all of that as well. And she'll have, and my son, I'm not going to talk about your daughter because I don't know anything about your case apart from a little bit, but for my son, what he's been through in the last 2.5 years, nearly 3 years, that's something I want to get justice for as well. Mostly, and to be honest with you, that's my priority, is working out why has he had to go through all of this? What did he ever do to justify having
Yeah,
to go
but
through all of
listen,
this?
you will be not able to do anything until you will not have him at home under your care.
Yeah.
This is another point.
Mm,
You cannot open any case in his name because he's not under your care.
I know.
You know this.
Mm. I can, but I have to have proof of parental responsibility, and we've already spoken about that. I need to have proof of involvement in his life. So, as you say, evidence for me would be seeing him at the contact centre, would be involvement with nursery, would be having his birth certificate, would be setting up a savings account for him.
Yes,
That's proof of parental responsibility. So, although I wouldn't really
yes.
be able to make a claim for everything with social services because they definitely not allow, they'd block it. But in terms of like a medical negligence claim, I think I probably could
Mm-hmm.
make that, but the lawyer who wanted to take on the case couldn't because I didn't provide evidence of parental responsibility.
Exactly. You are blocked
Yeah,
until you will not have your child under your care. You will be not able to prove this evidence because no one will give you those documents
yeah,
because you don't deal with people who want to help you.
mm,
This is what you need to realize. Another situation when your parents, okay, took his under their care and they are supporting visitation. They allowing you to have phone contact
mm,
with him.
mm,
They happy to meet you in the city center with him. But nothing like this happened, Lydia.
yeah,
And question is why?
mm,
They don't have any evidence that they can use against you, apart from what they think, apart from that you don't want to do what they want you to do.
yeah, exactly. They
If
want
you
me to
will not
comply.
play their games, you will not do what they tell you, you will not have contact. This is what your mom texts you many times.
Yeah,
And in law, it doesn't work like that, Lydia.
mm, mm,
They don't have physically any evidence to support their thinking
mm,
and their allegation against you.
mm. They've also never provided me with any other, if they genuinely believe that my mental health is so poor, they've never provided me with any other strategy or any other treatment plan apart from drugs. That's been it.
Yeah,
They've never provided
they
me with
never
any
try to help
ongoing
you.
psychologist.
They never help you, Lydia. This is the problem. This is main thing you're supposed to focus.
Mm,
If they wanted to help you, they would support you from the beginning, Lydia.
yeah, I know.
This is the point.
Natalie, Natalie, who would have still been visiting me once a fortnight, she wasn't registered with the General Medical Council. She wasn't a registered psychologist. She was just a nurse.
Uh-huh.
So that's not good enough. That's not, when you're removing someone's child on the grounds of mental health and then you're not providing them with any ongoing psychology, that's not good enough. You know, you can't do
That's why,
that. You're supposed to
that's why,
spend the money on supporting the mother to be with her child, and they haven't.
that's why this whole situation is suspicious.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. There is too many situations that are suspicious in your case.
Mm,
Too many question marks.
yeah. So many question marks.
Hmm. And it's pointless to waste time to find out about this
Mm,
because it's pointless. You even might never find out
mm.
and you will just waste your time.
Yeah, I
But
know.
the most important is to secure contact with your child.
Yeah,
Special that, like I told you, your parents are not young enough.
I know.
We don't know what will happen with us tomorrow, Lydia.
I know, Emmy. We
And,
don't.
and if you will not have secure contact with him, that will be difficult for you later to get access to him.
Mm, yeah, I know.
This is what you're supposed to be focused on, to have contact, to
Mm,
get your child back, and then you will have mental peace in your head, and then you will be able to think clearly about everything. Then you will make decision what you will do with this.
mm,
At the moment, it's just wasting of your energy because at this time, when you don't have contact with your child,
mm.
you will be not able to prove any of that.
I know because in October it would have been 6 months since the final judgment, which means that I'd be eligible to to go to the Court of Appeal to appeal the special guardianship order, the SGO. But if I go to a
Uh-huh.
lawyer, if I try and find a lawyer now to make the appeal, and I say to them, I've not seen my son in 7 months, then they're going to say, sorry, you don't have grounds for an appeal
Exactly.
because you've not had any
Exactly.
contact with your son whatsoever.
Exactly. That's why I'm telling you to secure contact as soon as possible.
Yeah.
This is the most important, so you will not close door for yourself.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
can do appeal after few months, you know.
Mm.
You don't need to appeal in October. You can appeal in December or in January.
Yeah.
You will already have few contacts with your son.
Yeah.
This is the most important because I'm telling you as a mother, if you will now give up on that, later on you will not have life. You will be not able to forget.
Mm.
You will still think why I didn't do this. I supposed to do that, but then will
Mm.
be too late.
Yeah, and the only way, honestly, the only way to manage my anger about this situation is to be fighting every single day. That is the only way. Therapy, psychology is
Uh-huh.
not going to change the anger because
No,
it's not mental health, it's circumstances, it's the situation,
imagine,
it's the injustice. So the only way on a
imagine.
daily basis that I can manage my anger is to be fighting.
Listen, you don't need psychology to make better your mental health because no psychology in the world will help you with mental health because you will still talk about the same problems. You will be
Mm,
stay in the same state.
mm,
You need psychology to use them to get rapport on your behalf for your favor, to
yeah.
use to prove your PTSD, complex PTSD.
Mm,
You don't need them to help you feel better because there is this is not how it works. Psychology is being created to
mm,
keep you in sick mind.
yeah. Because they
Because
want
if
their
you
money. So a psychologist is
yeah,
not going to want to cure me and make me happy and successful and a mother and employed and married because then they stop getting their paycheck because
yes,
I don't need the
exactly.
psychology anymore because I'm perfect.
Yes, they need to have customers. Yeah, this is how system work, Lydia.
Oh my God.
I didn't use psychologists to help me. I use them to get reports what I need to put
Mm,
against the system.
yeah.
And this is what you need to do also.
Mm. And the drugs they want to give me, it's drug dealing. Why do you think my child's father was drug dealing? Because it earned him loads of money. So every single time they give me drugs, somebody somewhere is getting paid because somebody somewhere has bought the drugs, has sold the drugs, has given the
Uh-huh.
drugs. The drugs have sold and gone. They've gone to the customer, which is me, and somebody out there is getting a hefty paycheck for every single time
Uh-huh.
the drug dealer is selling the drugs.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's all about keeping customers run.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is.
Mhm. That's why you need to stay strong, Lydia,
Mm. Yeah, I know. I need to stay strong.
because still you have chance.
Mm.
Because you've got this evidence that they did wrong to you. If you will give up, it will never see the light.
Mm.
You will
Yeah.
never will be able to prove that.
Mm.
As soon as they will catch you from your son, or your case is gone.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And this is what they want to happen.
Mm.
Because in this case, they will cover their all asses.
Mm. Yeah, I know. Oh my God.
But that will leave you damaged and your son.
Mm. It's so evident to me though why I've had such a difficult life. Like when I have a baby and this all happens and I'm now 7 months into not seeing my baby, it just makes me realize like this was just this was the kettle boiling, and now it reached, when I had my baby, it reached boiling point. You know, the kettle was boiled and it overflowed, but all through my life the kettle has been boiling. It was just leading up to this moment and it's now been it's exposed. But I have had a difficult life. You know, I've never been able to have a long-term relationship, and you know, I've struggled. And it's so evident now why, because there must have been so much going against me my whole life for this to have happened.
Exactly, Lydia.
Mm.
That's why it's everything up to you, about no one else. Remember,
Mm.
you can't just give up on yourself. No
Mm.
one else.
Mm. Yeah, I know.
That's why you need to fight for yourself, Lydia, and for your child.
Mm.
Because if you think that will be over, and when you will not have any contact, this is not over, that will be beginning of the
Mm.
problems.
Mm.
He will grow in anger.
Mm.
He will maybe find you one day, will be angry at you
Yeah.
that you never fight for him. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Life never will be easy for you if you will
Mm.
just let this go now.
Mm.
If this situation happened to you, your soul knew. Your soul put you on lesson.
Mm.
If you will fight, if you've been put in this situation, it means you are able to fight this.
Mm. Yeah, it's a test. It's testing me.
It's a test. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a test. I believe in you. I know you can do it, Lydia. I
Thank
see your
you.
power.
Yeah.
You are powerful person.
Yeah.
You have powerful soul, Lydia.
Yeah.
You have that. You have that. You have this something what many people don't have. You have that.
Yeah.
If you forgot, you need to look yourself when you've been younger. Look your movies. How bright you was. How
Mm.
smart. How
Mm.
happy.
Mm.
You still can get this back.
Yeah.
They might rip you from everything, but they will not rip you from your soul and from your energy, Lydia.
Yeah.
Until you are alive, they cannot rip you from that.
Yeah.
And trust me, when you will get your child, your
Mm.
physical and mental state will be better.
Mm.
You will not have this stress. Your cortisol will go down. You will lose your weight. You
Mm.
will not feel guilty,
Yeah.
because I think like you walk with guilt at the moment,
Yeah.
and this is affecting you.
Yeah, I feel guilty for being human. I feel guilty for ever having had any emotions. I feel guilty for ever having had any difficulties. I feel guilty for ever having had even tried to have relationships which didn't work. I feel guilty for ever even having tried to have employment which didn't work. I feel guilty for ever having gone to university and had struggles like any other human being. I literally feel guilty for having been a human being. Even though I know I've tried so hard in my life to be a good human being, I really, really have. I've tried so hard, and I still
That's
feel
why I'm
guilty for
telling
even
you,
existing as a human
it
being.
will just grow, Lydia. If you will not change something, this guilt will grow. It will not go away by yourself, because are matter which you need to deal with,
Mm,
and this guilt will always remind you about
yeah.
that there is stuff you need to work with. You need to sort it out. Until you will not sort out this situation, you will have many different feelings, negative feelings with you,
Mm, yeah.
until you will not start to do right things.
Mm, yeah, I know.
This is how it's works.
I was watching this documentary yesterday. Have you heard of Amanda Knox?
No?
Amanda Knox, she was in America. Oh, sorry, she was in Italy. Honestly, this is very interesting. She was in Italy and she had a roommate, this Italian woman. And the Italian woman went and she got murdered, brutally murdered by this man. What happened next? Amanda Knox, who was just her roommate, they were barely even friends, and she was arrested. And the Italian government framed her for being a murderer of her roommate. They beat her up, they tortured her, like waterboarding, they tortured her into confessing to this murder. They then kept her in prison in Italy for 4 years for a crime that she had nothing to do with. And eventually she was acquitted. Eventually she got compensation, she got redress. Um, and there's been films made about her story. And she's
Yeah, but
recently made an
she,
interview saying, "What I went through was torture." But it just proves that she was just a woman in Italy trying to enjoy herself, and she was literally framed for being a murderer for a crime she did not commit of her female
yeah, but
roommate.
she was fighting for herself, Lydia. If she gave up, she would be seen by others as a murderer.
Yeah, I know. And she's now a mother of two. She's married, she's got two children. And but she's still, she still gets she's still told, oh, she's a narcissist because she only talks about herself. She never talks about the victim, she never talks about the woman who got murdered. But it's like, why should she? At the end of the day, she had nothing to do with that. And personal opinions about her character and about she's robotic. The reason she's won her case and the reason she's free and the reason she's been acquitted is because of the fact that she's very neutral. She's very unemotional. She's very neutral and she's very robotic. And it's won her case and it's won her compensation. But there are still people who are saying she's a psychopath, she's a sociopath because she shows no emotion. So you can't win. Once This is the worst thing about it. Once you're embroiled in real major injustice, there will always be people out. Your reputation has been tainted forever, and my reputation has been
Mm-hmm.
tainted forever because
Mm-hmm.
I am the victim of wrongful accusations, and so. But that doesn't matter, At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because all that matters is that the lawyers and the government and the authorities acquit you. That's all that matters because then you can move forward with your life. Once you have the law on your side, the
Yeah,
only thing that's left is trolls. The only thing that's left is is a few trolls who just will always have it in for you. But ultimately, as soon as you get that apology from the courts, and as soon as you have your evidence and you can prove that you're innocent, you can live the
Mhm.
rest of your life, you can live the rest of your life in recovery, and you can live the rest of your life happily. That's just common sense, isn't it? So that's what
Yeah,
I need. She was just in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people, and it was just senseless what happened to her.
I
You
know.
know. Why it happened, I don't know. I just don't know. Probably, to be honest with you, probably because it was a cover up. Probably because they knew about the woman being vulnerable, and they knew about this man. Maybe he was a criminal, maybe he'd been released from prison and he wasn't being monitored properly. And it was probably the government knew they'd done something wrong, which had caused the loss of life of a young woman, and they wanted to cover it up by scapegoating Amanda, which is exactly what they've
Mhm.
done with me.
Exactly.
So you can't allow it to happen. You have to keep fighting.
Yeah, like you said.
Yeah.
Because if you give up,
Mm.
then a real struggle will come, Lydia, when you will
Mm.
close all of the door.
Mm. Yeah.
If you know you cannot do anything, then a real struggle will come.
Mm.
Those emotions will stay with you all the time and they will just get more and more stronger.
Mm. I know.
Still, there is hope.
Mm. Yeah.
When is hope, everything can happen.
Yeah. No stone can be left unturned. You have to literally fight tooth and nail
Mm-hmm.
until you have complete and utter, until the
Yes.
system has complete and utter faith in the fact that you're innocent and that you played no part in what went wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But my main
This is what it
priority is
is.
seeing my son, and is proving my parental responsibilities to him by being as involved with his life as I can be. And every single day,
Yes.
that's my priority.
Yes, this is the most important. And what is the good in this situation? You can sort out this even tomorrow. Go
Yeah,
to contact center, secure the date,
yeah,
write email to social services so they will pay for it.
yeah,
And then they will inform, you will ask them, do you want me to inform my parents about the contact center, or you will inform
yeah,
them?
yeah, exactly.
If they will think, but why now you are booking the appointment, then you will tell me and we will come with something smart
Yeah, yeah,
together so they cannot use this against you.
yeah, exactly.
You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, once there's a court order that says you have contact, then
Yes,
you have serious rights because it's a
exactly.
final order.
Exactly, Lydia.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
This is the most important,
mm,
to
yeah,
secure this contact.
mm,
Then you open for yourself door to fight,
mm, yeah, exactly.
because if you will not see him, then if you will try to fight, you will not go nowhere,
Mm, I know.
because they will say, okay, but you are not involved in his life.
Mm,
That will be difficult.
mm, yeah, it will be difficult.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe in future your brother will support you. He already is breaking.
Yeah, exactly. I think
He
that will.
emotionally already is breaking.
Yeah, I know. I want my brother
The
to be
time will,
happy. I want my brother to have children. I really do. I want him to have children and I really want him to be happy. But he's
after
been so
trauma
affected by
like
this.
He's afraid.
Yeah, he's terrified.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised that
Yeah.
he's terrified.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if this had happened to your sister, how you'd feel. You know, it's awful.
I
I
would
know what
always
it's like.
support my
It's awful.
sister.
Yeah, you'd support her,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
of course. If something is wrong, is wrong. I will not
Yeah.
support people who do wrong.
Yeah.
But this is my, code of conduct for
Mm,
myself, for the person, for
mm,
my soul.
mm. I know.
If someone is doing wrong, I am
Yeah.
not supporting this person. Doesn't matter if this is my father or this is my mother.
Mm. Yeah, I know.
But this is personal thing.
Mm.
Everyone are different.
Yeah.
Like I say,
I need to keep focusing though on who's important in my life. I think, like, speaking to you now, I just realized that this isn't really so much about the fact that this is happening to women all over the UK right now. This isn't about
mm-hmm.
the women I've seen in Leeds who are like me, but they're worse off, they're drug addicts. You know, this is about me. This is about my
Yes,
son. This is about my family. This is about my
yeah,
very few, very few people in my life who I really love, and mainly my son. And that's what this
mm-hmm.
is about. And I keep getting distracted by this bigger picture, which I don't really think is helping me, because I need
This
to
is just
focus on what's
distraction,
important. It's just a distraction. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Which you don't need at this moment.
Mm,
When you will secure contact with your son, when you will get him back, then you can think about others, how to
yeah.
help others with your case. You know what I mean?
Mm,
At this moment, it's like you start from the bottom.
mm, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I know you are strong enough to do this, Lydia.
Yeah, me too. I know I'm strong
You
enough to
are
do
able
this. I
to
just
do
need to
that.
do it.
Hmm.
Tomorrow it's get a contact center appointment set up and go to the contact center and really try and see my son. That's the priority right now. And everything
This is
else
the
after
most
that will follow.
important. He always will be happy to see you, Lydia.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't matter how long time.
Yeah.
Children don't have that.
Mm,
He always will love you, Lydia.
mm, yeah.
He still don't understand.
Yeah, I know. That's the good thing. He's under the age of 5,
Hmm.
so none of this will he remember. Which I have to keep reminding
Exactly.
myself of. I'm so glad. I just hope by the time he's 5 and he starts remembering things, that this will all be over and he'll be back with me, and then his life will just be normal.
Exactly, Lydia.
Yeah,
You just need to not be afraid to fight what is yours.
I know. Yeah, what's rightfully mine. There's not that much, but my son is rightfully mine and he's my son. He's my property.
Hmm. Yes,
And if you take something
exactly.
from me, you have to give it back.
Uh-huh.
If something's
That
stolen,
love me.
you need to get it
That
replaced
love
or
me.
given back to you. And my son is irreplaceable, so they need to give him back to me because he's mine. Nothing
That's why
else
you need
matters.
to play smart.
Nothing else matters.
That's why you need to play smart, Lydia.
Yeah,
Don't give up and fight what is yours.
yeah,
It's different if you will not have any evidence, but you have, Lydia.
mm, yeah,
You have them. They don't have any evidence on you, but you have evidence on them.
yeah. 。嗯 I just don't understand though, Emmy, how all those emails we sent in when I started talking to you, so from like end of January all the way through to April, we were sending emails every day, long emails, complaints, and they've just ignored all of them, haven't they? They've just frozen. They've not responded to anything.
But still, this is your evidence, Lydia. If you didn't do that, you will not have any evidence at all.
Hmm.
You, now, when you've got this, you can support those emails with case you will build up next time.
Yeah.
These are your evidence.
Hmm.
Very important.
Yeah.
You will use them. If you will, in October, November, December, you will want to put the case, you will use these emails, Lydia.
Hmm. I just wish that, like, you know, when there's an investigation, it's the
Mm-hmm.
person who's doing the investigating who's supposed to be the one finding the evidence. And yet, in my case, it's literally like I have to be the investigator when I'm not a qualified investigator. And I just don't understand when there's been ombudsmen CC'd into my emails, when there's been regulatory bodies CC'd into my emails. Surely somebody can see the suspicious nature of this case, and surely there must be one investigator who can say, this is my job to investigate your case. You don't need to spend hours doing this because this is the job I'm paid to do. And I have a legal obligation to do it when I see that there is a really unjust situation going on, which is leaving you at real risk. I am at high risk. Anyone in my situation is at high risk. And if there isn't
But
grounds
they
for
are
that
all
risk, then
corrupted.
it should be investigated by an investigator.
But they are all corrupted.
I
That's
know.
why.
Yeah. I need to
This is the
hire a
problem.
private investigator, but I don't have the money. A private investigator would tap all of these people's phones, would conduct interviews, would do freedom of information requests. A private investigator would very quickly be able to establish what's going on. And a
This
lot
is
of
what I
people
did to
involved with
you.
social services do hire private investigators.
Yeah, but this is what I did to you. We already established that.